It has everything.
Big Boy's Neighborhood. All righty now, ladies and gentlemen. Steve. Now, Steve, you say your last name.
Well, okay.
I want you to say it.
Because I'm from America.
Right.
I say Aoki.
Aoki.
But
now, if you weren't, if you went home,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
If I went to Japan,
is it Aoki?
It's Aoki.
Aoki.
If I go to Europe, it's Aoki.
Aoki.
If I go to Latin America, like Central America, South America, it's Aoki. They don't say Aoki down there,
Right.
Like in America, because I'm American, it's Steve Aoki.
Steve Aoki. Yeah. I heard that. Man, you've been, and you know what's crazy when you say, if I'm in such and such, if I'm in such and such, a lot of people can't say that. They can say it, but we'd be lying about it.
Yeah.
But you travel all over the world, bro. Like, I'm surprised that I'm going to tell you straight up, I'm surprised you're in America now.
Yeah, I do it like seasonal shifts of touring. So I do like summertime, I'm in Europe. I did 2.5 weeks in Asia. I'm back here promoting Kolony. I'm here with Sonny Digital.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on?
Welcome to the neighborhood, man. How the hell did this relationship come together?
Just working.
Yeah, music
connect everybody.
Absolutely. And Kolony, my album, I mean, more than half the artists on there are from Atlanta.
Man, and you know what I love about it also is the cast that you grabbed up for the album. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I want to tell you straight up, Steve, when I first knew about Kolony, I didn't even know the magnitude of you getting in with a lot of these cats, like, like Migos, 2 Chainz, you know what I'm saying? And I like the blend of the worlds that y'all put together. But you cut from a cloth where you respect all music anyway.
Absolutely. And I mean, the album is like, I wanted to make a statement with the album where to me, it's like the first EDM hip hop album where every song has influence from both worlds.
Yes. And do you feel like when you DJ across the world, you see what that blend is anyway.
Right.
And sometimes you gotta play somebody else's music. Did you think like, oh no, man, I do this. Like I want to make sure that I create this album or this sound and play my own.
Right. I mean, like EDM and hip hop have been coming in each other's worlds for I mean, a decade at this point. But now it's about making a bigger, bigger statement with it. I mean, I've been touring with. I mean, you're showing me pictures of the Kendrick tour,
yeah,
right?
The Kendrick,
man.
Yeah, back in 2013.
Tours
was
a college campus tour called The Verge Tour, and Steve Aoki was on it, and I thought it was the dopest thing.
Yeah, I mean, I remember jumping on that tour with Kendrick, and we did 3 weeks. We're doing these arenas, and it's like you see Kendrick fans, and you see EDM, you see like Aoki fans,
man.
And you really see like there was definitely a group of people that did not know about me or the cakes or EDM.
No, oh my God, the cakes.
Have you ever got somebody mad at you for the cake, like didn't know? Because people know, I know the cake. People know the cake, but it's got to be one person out there like, what the fuck? Like, man,
they have signs.
Sonny over there like, man, we growing up without cakes, and here you are throwing these cakes out every damn night.
I wish I had a cake.
I feel like they go out to go get cake.
Oh yeah,
no,
they have
people
signs.
do
cake me.
Yeah.
The culture's been built at this point, but but definitely on that tour. This is 2013. It's 4 years ago, and definitely some Kendrick fans when like they were like, all right, I'm gonna stick around after the Kendrick show. I'm gonna see this DJ do his thing. And then they see the cakes come out, and some of them I could see their faces like, oh no, not me. They're like, I'm like, don't worry, you're just here just watching. Don't worry, I'm not gonna get you. I promise.
Hey man, we have problems as black and brown getting wet on log rides and stuff, let alone somebody throwing some frosting cake at us. You know what I'm saying? And Steve, we've had you before, but how did the cake start? I know I probably asked this before. But
it was like 6 years ago. I mean, like for me, I'm always thinking about what can I do to make my show more Aoki? How can I do my show so it's something that's a signature move or something different? And it's hard. I mean, we're all like, all artists are thinking like, what can I do to make my show so unique that people leave knowing that that's like your show? So, I come up with stupid ideas as much as I possibly can. And some of them work. Some of like the cakes work. I mean, I did like, I remember one idea that didn't work was, I was like, I'm going to bring up these, super soakers on stage.
Right.
I mean, it's not like a unique idea, but, and then, it's hot. It's at Coachella. I'm performing Coachella. I brought these super soakers up. And, at the end of the day, people just don't want that stream of water just hitting you in the eye.
Right.
You're like, all right.
Your makeup.
And you think you're looking out like it is hot. Come on, Coachella. Come on, y'all.
Everyone's so worried about their outfits out there. Right?
Yeah, he went back like, all right, scratch the
Let's go down the list, guys.
Trial and error, you know what I mean?
But it's crazy because you'll see people out there that really want you to cake them, man.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like a privilege.
It's fun. I mean, I guess you're in the moment. It's like an hour into the show. You're already sweating. You stop caring about what you look like.
You're hungry.
You're hungry.
You're
Definitely hungry.
And you throw good cake.
You're
It ain't
definitely
even like
hungry.
real prop cake. You throw like edible good ass cake.
Yeah.
Like I tried to do it on a smaller scale where I had like little muffins and everything. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, let me throw these cupcakes out here because I got a smaller crowd. So I was like, here, one for you, and one for you, and one for you. I saw your writer contract when it comes to the way that the cakes must be made and everything, man.
Oh yeah. Now we now know what the cake should be like. We have a 6-page cake writer.
Hey, dude, real talk.
crazy.
Wow, a 6-page.
Real cake writer.
And they tell you what the
Six-
cake dimensions must be, the frosting.
No, stop.
Like
This
you
is a
can't
joke.
get it from here. And oh my God,
Really?
man. Yeah.
Yeah, because
I failed the test at the end when I was going through it. It was like, yeah, you got a 70. I was like, damn, that's failing.
But I mean, they're getting smashed in your face. You know what I'm saying? So
That's true.
it's different than just like sharing a nice cake
Right.
on a plate.
One for you.
You know,
you
we're getting
eat
messy
cake?
with this cake. I like to share the cake. I'm more of
Do
a
you
cake
eat
dealer.
cake? Yeah. Don't get high. He on that don't get high on your own supply.
Yeah, exactly.
No, baby, that's for you. Kolony available for us right now, bro. And you continue to work. Like,
Yeah.
what do you do to relax?
Man,
And you can't even be in relaxed mode now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
Like,
I love this. You know what I mean? Like wake up like wanting to do more. You know, and I mean I know Sonny Digital is the same way.
did
Like,
you produce on the album as well, or you?
Just I was the artist. I was on the artist.
This
too.
Okay.
this is a big
Is it-
deal.
is it-
Actually,
Yeah,
this is
this
a big
is-
deal
yeah,
because
But is it hard for a cat that's the artist also / producer? Is it hard for somebody else to produce you?
No, I actually
Okay.
prefer it.
Damn.
yeah, this is a. I mean, I mean, I've always looked up to Sonny Digital as a producer. So I mean,
Yeah.
for him to actually
that.
to not touch the production, but actually add all the vocals and do that, I was this is a big shifting of the gears here.
Yeah, it really is. I appreciate it. I always tell them I appreciate like the chance of even doing it.
Did y'all respect each other's work beforehand also?
I did.
Yeah.
Big fan,
Hey,
big
listen,
fan of Sonny.
The same way you were seeing him, like I would be on his Snapchat or any social media. I just be watching it, and he'll be in a different country and each snap. I'm like, yo,
man. Yeah.
I'm like, okay,
Keep
the
moving.
snap is like 24 hours. Everything
Yes.
disappears in 24 hours. So
Yes.
I'm like, I done seen him in 3 whole different worlds in 24 hours.
How
Like,
did the relationship come together? Like, who gets in touch?
Well, on our song we did together, Ricky Remedy is another producer on the record, and they were working on the song already. And then Ricky was like, "Yo, I'm doing the song with Sonny," and sent me, you know, what he has done so far. And I was like, "Oh, I got a lot I want to add to it. I want to add this drop. I want to add, you know, some more melody." And I absolutely need to work with Sonny Digital. Like this is a big deal to work with him.
Do
Yeah.
y'all understand? Well, you got to what the audience is as well, as far as like the world that you can get into with Steve is effing amazing, and then the world that you can get in with Sonny is effing amazing.
Yeah.
So nobody called me, but I ain't tripping. And I've had all this talent sitting here, Steve, and you just always like, oh, let Big Boy just interview me. You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna get you in the studio too.
Yeah,
Big
well, you
boy.
said
It's-
that. You've been saying that for years.
You really need to. He has a lot of skills.
Yeah, you've been saying that for years, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna go ahead and do a record with somebody else.
Yeah,
Hey,
I'm
man,
gonna regret it.
is it like top DJ beef? You know what I'm saying? You
Oh,
know how to-
yeah, that's rare. That's
Okay,
rare.
okay.
That's very rare. I mean, it's a very harmonious community.
beautiful.
Yeah, yeah, it is. Yeah, it's really rare that
Do you know what I do, man? At the end of the year, or just sometimes I look and I see what you know, and not just you, but I look at what you guys are making, and I'm like, dude, why did I stop DJing? I probably wouldn't have been as, but Sonny, you seen this.
yo, I already know.
That's why you sitting here now.
Hey.
You're like, man, put this with that, boy. We on and pop. But yeah, man, that is crazy.
Yeah. It's insane. Man.
You get
It's
real
just-
uncomfortable when I start talking about your money.
He said,
Yeah. Hey, man, every time I bring up money with Steve, you're like, yeah, that's crazy. Colony available for you right now. Pick it up. Yeah, I always wanted to work with Sonny. Your deflection game is amazing. So how long are you in the United States of America?
Well, this month I'm out here. I'm working. We're pushing the album. Kimmel, we played Kimmel. That was epic.
Man.
It was insane. And yeah, we're doing some more promotion around the album. So just hitting it hard.
Where did you enjoy being?
I mean, I love being home. I'm in Las Vegas, so I love being at home, and I love being in LA too. This is where my career birthed. You know, on the DJ side, on the electronic side. So I love being on the West Coast. You know, I love touring, but there's nothing better than obviously sleeping in your own bed.
Yeah, coming
being
home.
in your own studio.
Yes.
You know, all
So
those
is
things.
Vegas more? Is that like when you say I'm home? Is it the crib in Vegas?
The crib's in Vegas.
Yeah.
You went
Yeah.
in Vegas.
Yeah. How was
Yeah.
it for you? Have you been to Vegas since the massacre? Or
Yeah. It was horrible. I mean, it's horrific.
were you at home when that went down?
I was at home.
Oh
I was
Lord.
at home. Yeah. So it was surreal. You know, it just didn't seem real. You know, you turn the TV on and it just does. You just don't. You know, and my view is the Strip. You know, so
Wow.
I see the Strip and I'm just like, I can't believe this is really happening. This is crazy. Like this doesn't. It's still like it's to process.
Yeah.
What happened? I mean, that kind of thing is like you can't even imagine that in a movie.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
if you saw that in a movie, you would say, okay, that wasn't real.
Yeah.
That
And,
didn't. You
like
know.
that's not even imagined in a movie. I mean, it was just.
Can you feel it in the city?
Oh yeah, the city's forever changed. City's forever changed. I mean, but one thing I've learned from all this is that the city has come together even more, and the idea of coming together and using love and using that
Yes,
support
sir.
is so important now, and it's so obvious. And I remember when. Because one of my friends is the CEO of a hospital out there. And he told me, hey, you know, like whatever you can do to get people to donate blood, we really need blood. Because, you know, of what's going on. And I mean, the lines were 8 hours long.
Yeah, man.
8 hours long. And actually, people needed to come there to give water and snacks to the people in line.
Because they were waiting online for so long.
Everyone wanted to donate blood. Everyone was going out of their efforts and doing whatever they can to support people in need.
How many times, Steve, have you just been like we were just on the same ground? The
Same
week
lot.
before,
A week
the same
prior.
a week
Yeah.
prior.
Right,
How
right.
many times have you been on that ground, or even just I mean, the Mandalay Bay? That's like that's a visual for you. That's like a
100%
vocal
visual.
yeah.
Yeah.
So how many times in your life do you think we've looked at just that?
I know.
And it's forever changed.
Every time, I mean, of course, every time I drive by, I'm just like,
Right. And
you
even
know,
probably
your heart
flying
just
in.
sinks. Your heart just sinks. And, you know, and it's my home turf. I play in the clubs on the Strip. And, you know, it's like, and music, the way I see music, the way I see it when I play a show, is this is our safe space.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, free of, people saying this or people saying that, free of, whatever,
Brings
like
people together.
whatever like stress and whatever pain, the stuff that you're dealing with, you go to that space to,
it's
to
a
let
getaway.
go of that.
Escape.
Yeah,
Yes.
right. And it's always been that for me, and I've always felt that bond with everyone. So it's important that we do get together and we do celebrate life, and we celebrate us coming together and not isolating ourselves and pushing ourselves away, but coming together even more so. I think it's that message needs to be spread out.
The Thriller remix. What made you want to do that?
What made that's not even about me. It's more. First of all, I had the honor and privilege to. When they approached me and they reached out to me, when Sony reached out to me to do a remix of Michael Jackson, and they gave me a list, I was like, well, God, I mean, the greatest songs of all time,
Yeah.
period, in music is Thriller. My first concert I've ever seen in my life was Michael Jackson.
Really?
Yeah.
Which one?
I was 11 years old,
That's so
so
dope.
it must have been the bad tour. I mean, I was trying to like, fact check it myself. It's like
Yeah.
I was this first concert. I remember I was in the back, and Magician was on before. I think I remember like certain things. It was raining, but yeah. So Michael Jackson is obviously he's the king of pop. It's like, and Thriller is the. I mean, of course, I picked the song. I was like, can I remix this one? Can I do this one? And when they said yes, I was like, oh my God! Now
Is there a pressure in that too?
Oh my God, the pressure was enormous. It was probably the greatest pressure I ever had.
Man, but perfect for the season that we're in as well right now too.
Yeah.
And you sat with Papa Joe Jackson and played it for him?
Yes, I did.
That's dope.
Oh my God, I was sweating. I was sweating. I was like shaking. I couldn't even I remember he was sitting behind me, and I couldn't even play the song. So it was just like this awkward silence. And there's
any point are you like, man, that's Michael Jackson's dad back there. That's the dude that put it all together.
Yeah, I was definitely shaking. He's very stoic.
Yes,
He's very stoic.
Yes, bro.
So my heart was shaking. I was like, my body was shaking.
And no disrespect, but not the most inviting man that you were just like, hey, Papa Joe, you know what I'm saying? Like he's really there, just kind of like,
Yeah, very, very, very stern. So yeah, obviously I played it, and there was a technical issue, and everything kind of like, I was like, my world's colliding. I need to run out of my own studio.
I gotta go.
And we had to play it again, and of course that happens, in situations like that. But played it again, and I turned around when the song was over, and I was like, I was so afraid to look at him. And I just hear him clapping, and I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, that's dope.
Oh my God. It was that moment of just.
If he didn't like it, could he have blocked the release?
It was already out.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, all right, cool in the game. Much better story if he could have blocked it. From the rest of your interview is like, yeah, man, if he didn't sign off,
Yeah, I know.
we wouldn't have heard it.
Oh my God.
You want to do it over with a different ending? No, but when you leave out, he gave you like.
Yeah, he gave me the
nod.
he gave me the nod. He gave me the clap. I mean, he gave me the clap. You know,
Dope.
I was
Because he hopefully,
that.
man, and I mean he's a music guy too. Hopefully he had to understand that, and that continues a legacy. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't take anything away from what Thriller is and was.
Right,
it just
yeah.
creates another base of people will continue to dance to it. Do you play it when you DJ?
I remember actually a funny moment was when I was explaining to him, because he came by to listen to the song, but I wanted to just make sure he understood. I was like, hey, so I remixed Thriller. And he's like, oh, I know. I was there in the session, in the original session. And I mean, I was like, oh my God. So yeah, it was definitely like just setting it up was a pretty wild.
Yeah. Well, thank you for the invite. How is it going about putting this kind of album together? Because you got to think, when you go, you getting top dogs on the album. You know,
but they're homies, they're friends. I remember when I first started the project, it was Little Uzi Vert came to LA. We did a week in the
how
studio.
long ago?
That was the beginning of last year.
Let me tell you what's crazy about that.
Yeah.
What did you see in Lil Uzi Vert the beginning of last year
Beginning of last January
that people see now?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because
now he's on top of the world.
Yes.
Right. But it took us close to a year to even get in the studio together.
Why?
Because of scheduling. I mean, I'm always gone on tour. I'm like, oh, yo, I'm here. It's like, no, I'm not here. And we're like, okay, if we're gonna get in the
you guys
studio,
wanted to work together like in the same place as opposed to send me a verse. I got you.
Because I do that too. I send music, or and some of the songs on Kolony were done that way. But me and Uzi were so close. We're like, we need to get in the studio and actually vibe out and make music for
right.
And it's actually the only artist I've worked like an entire week consecutively, day after day. So, okay, let's block out a week in LA at my studio in January, and let's just jam out, and once we got on the same page of how to connect and get first of all, for me as a producer, my job is to make sure that the artist is 100% focused and have their creative control. Like, I want to make sure that they're in the zone. That's my job in the studio. because I can play a bunch of beats and they might not get it, but I have to get to that place where I know, okay, they're synced in with me, right? And now they're going to do their thing. Now they're going to go in the booth and they're just going to and that's what Uzi is. He goes in there and he gets in his space and he doesn't even write anything down. He's just like, he's just vibing. And I'm just like, it's hook after hook after hook after hook. And then after a week, I mean, we knocked out a bunch of songs. And one of them was Been Ballin'.
It sounds genius now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because it just timing wise, also, like I said, it just sounds genius now because what Lil Uzi Vert is now. You know what I'm saying? Migos, what they, you know what I'm saying? And cats were bubbling and cats have a fan base.
Right.
But then at some point, it's like it's presented to the world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
And everybody like, oh, yeah. Like the timing seemed so perfect, but the timing was a while ago. And you saw that, and they saw it in you too. Because I would think, like with Lil Uzi Vert, like, damn, what did he think about working with Steve Aoki? Like, why? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, what did he understand as far as like, no, there's an audience there. This dude is large, so just seeing y'all compliment each other. But when you say that you kind of producing or you see somebody that's in there, when it comes to even with Sonny, he got to trust you as well because he do what you do. Right. You know what I'm saying? So. I'm wondering where does that trust come from? Where you like, oh, okay, you know what? Hands down, I'll let you get it, and I'll play the back.
Well, I mean, first of all, he is who he is, though. So you know, I know he ain't get there off of being whack.
Right.
You know, so I don't know. Then, like I said, I like working with other producers, anyways. I feel like me working with myself is kind of the cheat code.
Right. Really though.
You know.
What about production with and give me who you've worked with as well?
Production?
Yeah.
Everybody.
Long list.
Have you worked with Monica? Well, you lying. Sonny, you lying, player. You lying, bro. There it is. I'm gonna be right somehow. You know, I'm gonna be right somehow. So artist wise, production wise, what's your next move right now?
Well, I just did my deal too as an artist though with Atlantic.
Congratulations.
Let me ask you this though, Sonny. Is it harder sometimes when you're like, man, are you an artist first?
In my eyes, I would like to be though, but I know in certain people's eyes though too, they want beats. You know what I'm saying?
But what I'm saying is this: like when you go artist first, when you go to hand somebody something else of one of yours, not that does it feel like you're giving your baby away. But is it like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, it'll come around, but.
See, I used to feel like that, though, because I felt like that for a long time, because I was like, dang, I know I can make better songs than a lot of these people are making on my beats and stuff, though. And I proved myself.
Give me who he worked with so I can start throwing some names, too. So I could just say, hey, are you better than such and such? You know.
Future, Gucci, James, Kanye, 50, Rick Ross, Juicy J, Waka Flocka, Wiz, Khalifa.
I thought you said you
Montana.
worked with some people we knew.
Mac Miller.
What are you talking about?
You know, hey,
Wale.
That sounds like the old list, though.
French.
But
damn.
Yeah, all the new artists, everybody.
YC.
When I say everybody, all the artists, Uzi, Migos, I went to school with them. Like, everybody, all the Atlanta artists, like 21 Savage. I did his first hit, Red Ops.
This motherfucker.
How do you feel?
When I go to Atlanta, I'm telling you, Atlanta, I can't say though. I think I didn't got to like a legendary, just being a legend out there though, because a lot of people there, they know the roots of like where people come from, and a lot of time that's from me.
Damn.
How do you feel when people compare like the old sounds of hip hop? So like if we compare old, like first generation of Atlanta hip hop to this new generation, how do you feel about that?
It's weird. I'm not gonna lie, but I mean, you just kind of gotta accept it though, because music gonna evolve. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna turn into what it's gonna turn into. Anyways, I mean, you just kind of gotta like grow with it though. You can't really go against it though. If you go against it, I feel like you're gonna get stuck at where you at though. You know what I'm saying? So the way I look at it though too, like a lot of this funny sounding new music and stuff, it's funny sounding. You know what I'm saying? It's sometimes it just don't make sense though, but clearly the people like it. It's a good vibe. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I can't really be mad at it. I feel like it's better for me to try to figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But that's the same on us too, man. Like sometimes we'll play something And they're like, man, why y'all play that? I'm like, man, because people want it too.
Yeah.
And this is today's market value too. You know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you, like, it's a lot more people. The people that like it is just gonna sit back and listen to it. The people who don't like it, they're gonna be the ones that's gonna say something. You know what I'm saying? It ain't that many of them though. It's more people that's gonna sit back and listen to it though. You know what I'm saying? But,
hey man, do you trip off of Steve like how many festivals are going on now?
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Does that keep you busy, or do you kind of pick and choose? Like
It's still, I mean, obviously, the ecosystem is very healthy. So, I mean, I could tour around the world and back and constantly, you know, I mean, that's what I do, I guess. So, yeah, it's definitely more of a pick and choose at this point.
what does your passport look like?
I have to renew it like
Passports?
yeah, exactly.
Yes.
But I can get 2 passports.
Yeah.
So,
if one in Visa and you gotta
right, you send one out to Brazil, get that visa in while you go to China and get, you gotta keep the rotation
That's
going.
awesome, though.
What's your favorite place? If you had 2 or 3 favorite places, Steve, to go.
Okay, Tokyo, Japan.
Yeah.
My homeland. You know, I was born here, but I'm Japanese, so you know, I love the culture there, the food there, the people there, crowd there.
Let me ask you this, and this may sound cheesy, man. I had to hit you on your documentary as well. Dope ass documentary. If
Thank you.
anyone, and
Yeah, it's a
I
great
only
documentary,
really watch documentaries, but great documentaries, especially for people that either thought they knew or they didn't know. It's a great documentary. But Pops started Benihana's.
Yep.
Do you
Oh,
still
Benihana's.
walk into Benihana's?
Yeah, I do. But I don't want to be like the guy, like, yo, well, this is my dad's
Hell
joint.
no.
Hey, everybody.
Yeah,
Like,
Give
y'all
me
still
that table.
Yeah,
Just
give
chubby steak.
me that table.
Be like, man, y'all
Yo,
still
keep those
doing
people out.
y'all still doing the lava onion, huh? That's crazy as hell, man. Look at that.
Make some beats come out
Baby,
of
watch
there.
the steam come out of this. Watch the steam come out of this. So when was the last time you walked into a Benihana's?
I think I actually went to Benihana once and I paid, and they didn't know. But this is before I was
awesome.
popping, you know.
Yeah, man.
'Cause I-
You know what I
sounds like,
love
you know,
about it too, though, Steve? I knew you, and of course I could have probably went into Google and all this stuff, but I knew you before I knew that. So it wasn't like you
Appreciate that,
carried
yeah.
yourself on a name. If anything, you kind of like had to, or you did separate your world and your dad's accomplishments.
Right, yeah.
So
Two different worlds, you know. what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
very
Like,
much
it's-
so.
I'm very, very, absolutely proud of my father's accomplishments, and I think more it's about, you know, a Japanese Japanese person coming to America at the time that he did, and actually establishing himself in a culture that did not want him there. You know, like at that time, this is like, you know, I'm not sure how many decades passed, but there's a lot of like anti-Japanese sentiment with, you know, there's
After.
like, I mean, there was a what do you call it, the detention camps for the Japanese internment camps, and you know, he came out there, and there's still that sentiment, like, you know, so and he pounded his way through. He was a ice cream man in Harlem. You know, he was living like, you know, trying to get any money he can get, and he got enough money to, you know, start a restaurant, and he came up with this concept, and he wowed people, and, you know, he did it. You know, it's like that story for an Asian coming to America and breaking it like that, you know, not knocking on the front door, but like crashing through the side window, doing something completely unique and different, and then going, hey, you know, this is some new, this is the new stuff. This is the new way to try something out.
When did you know you wanted to become a DJ?
I was always into music.
Yeah.
So, you know, when I was in high school, I was in bands. I was playing guitar, and so I've always had a musical inclination. And then when I moved to LA after I graduated college, that's when I was like, all right, we got to do these Dim Mak parties, because I had my label.
Right.
And I don't know who to DJ, because I can't hire anyone, because I don't have any money. So I'll just open up.
And do it yourself?
Yeah, and
I'll do
play
it.
a room like the
might as
size of this
well.
room.
Yeah.
Welcome to my party.
Yeah,
I love that.
and no one can you know, make fun of me if I'm DJing bad. You know, I just started, so
Have you?
they're like, it's Mrs. Party. So.
Do you ever, Steve, trip off of how big the DJ has become?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I guess when you go back in time and you see like where the culture was
Started.
really thriving, like, I mean, like there's definitely, you know, big shout out to DJ AM, Los Angeles.
Yeah,
DJ
man.
AM was a big
Legendary.
component of really blowing up the DJ scene and giving a lot of respect and integrity to the DJ. And from that world, yeah, of course, to the festival worlds and traveling around the world and playing for
Yes.
tens of thousands of people. Yeah, I mean, that
I'm telling you,
journey
man,
is
somebody
crazy.
booked me for $300. I'm like, let's
I'll
go
pay
get
my
that
own
money.
flight.
Like, hell yeah. If somebody was like, yeah, man, we give you $600, I'm like, all right, it's gonna cost me $350 to fly there and back. I'm there, like, I'm telling you, man, I got a festival going on in Japan with Afrojack.
Oh yeah,
And when I just saw that, I was like, what
yeah,
the
they love them out there too.
man? Oh man.
Yeah.
Just hey man, if y'all get it all day.
Get it
I ain't
all
mad
day.
at you, bro. Like, go get that. If I just had one of those shows a year, I'd be straight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Relax.
And for
For the
tour,
rest.
really, Sonny, give me one show. And I'm like, I'm straight. I'm straight.
Damn.
How much do you make per show? No, I ain't gonna do that.
We know last time.
Google. Big Boy
Big
Neighborhood,
Boy.
Steve Aoki in the neighborhood, man. Brother Steve, definitely want to thank you for coming into
Yeah,
the
man.
neighborhood, hanging
No,
out with
thanks.
us, man.
Always
a pleasure to see
Yeah.
you, brother. And we got to do this again and again and again. And we got to do some work together. Now, I don't mean work together like that, but just, let's try to put something together, man. At
Let's
one
do
point,
it.
remember I was supposed to go out with you on the raft and all this, throwing the cake. And,
Yeah,
man,
man.
I was texting you. And,
He lied, big.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
I called you when we did Kimmel because we did the cake and and Sonny Digital was there and
oh, man.
Missed
but,
that one.
yeah.
Well, you know
you're
what,
busy.
man? On the next Kimmel, I'll be there. You know what I'm saying? I would definitely be there, man. But no, thank you for coming in, man.
thank
Sonny, appreciate you
Yeah,
as well,
man.
my brother.
Appreciate it,
and
bro.
I'm gonna tell you straight up, man. I'm really gonna look into what's been going because I'm gonna work with you.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna look into what the fuck is really going on.
Trust me.
You know what I'm saying?
There's no lies here.
Yeah.
Everything is pretty transparent.
Because there's sometimes when a cat is with you, you be like, oh, okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
Now I know. Now I know.
I
But
just
great
be
introduction
chilling.
to us as
Thank you.
well, brother.
I appreciate y'all.
Please, man, and please come in next time.
Talented,
So humble.
talented guy.
Yeah,
right
you can
here.
tell
Yes.
hella humble,
But,
man.
You know, a
humble.
lot of producers they don't they're just working on music. It's not like they don't get the limelight like
They
like
don't.
an artist. So it's great to be able to do something with someone I really respect. I mean, I've been
Appreciate it.
following Sonny Digital for a long time. Been looking at all his productions. He works with the biggest names in hip hop. He's the Atlanta.
How long are you out here?
know.
I leave tonight, but I've been out here for I come out here all the time. I've been
All
here
right,
all the
cool.
time.
I want to get you away from Steve though.
Yeah.
See on your own.
And his voice,
Yeah.
is incredible.
I'm gonna get you away from Steve.
Thank
know
you
what
very
I'm
much.
Go ahead,
Hey,
man.
man. I appreciate Steve, man. This is a great guy right here.
saying? Go ahead now. Look at them
For real, man.
compliments.
This is my
Yeah.
guy, man.
He's so
For real,
humble.
like
Yeah, man. Do you
It's
give
so
out your
mellow.
age?
I'm 26.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I've been here. I've been here for a long time. I feel like I'm getting kind of old in here now.
You're an old soul.
I've been in here since I've been making beats since like 18. So
Yeah,
in
and,
the
music,
womb.
and in music,
Crushing
that could be a
it, man.
lifetime too.
Yeah.
though.
exactly, just trying to stay on like
Hell yeah.
like somewhere in there to where people know you and stuff.
Hey, man.
trying to
Sonny,
stay
my
on the scene
first
is
sit
hard.
down with you, bro, but I would love to continue with you.
Of course, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like I can feel good
dope.
shit coming from you, man.
Yeah, it's all good,
Unless you
bro.
get out of here and go do something crazy, then I gotta.
Then we won't be associated with
Yeah,
you.
exactly. Then that's when I become a character witness. Like, yeah, he was a piece of shit when we was kicking it.
The video
Kinda
is just
was.
Steve's
But
face.
yeah. Like, man, but y'all, man, thank y'all for coming
Thank
in,
you.
man. We definitely see you again. Don't forget Kolony available
Get
for
it,
you, man.
man.
Steve Aoki's new
a banger.
project, best believe that, man, and continue to stay in touch with us, family.
Absolutely.
All righty now,
Thanks,
Big
guys.
Boys
Big
Neighborhood.
Boy.
Yeah.